AMG family, Mondo here. Hey, just wanted to make sure real quick before we get started that you guys have subscribed to the AMG podcast channel. Go below if you can't see it, look a little, scroll down, whatever you got to do, hit that subscribe button. It helps us immensely here at the AMG podcast. The second thing we need you to do is turn on your notifications. That way, anytime we drop new content, you are the first to be notified. That way we can grow together, we can learn in life together and do life together. All right, so with that said, let's get to it. All right, guys. So, hey, today we're going to get into a topic in regards to life insurance and how to properly plan for the correct life insurance that you're going to need. Now, it's a perspective. It's not the gospel. This is not something I'm saying if someone does it different, that's wrong. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying this is a way as a consumer, right? Not necessarily as an agent necessarily, but as a consumer to plan, to think about it. At least to think about it. It's a thought process, I guess. So we're not talking about a plan necessarily, but we're going to talk about a process and how to think about it, right? What I have found over the years is that a lot of people are, they're looking to do what they need to do to get insurance to take care of a particular thing. Okay, that may be their funeral. It may be, taking care of the mortgage if they were to pass and their wife can pay off the mortgage. It may be legacy. It may be debt. It may be whatever. Like, it's a different thing. Okay. And I would like to encourage those who are looking to get insurance and, they're inquiring about it, but like, okay, maybe I do this, maybe I do that. Here's a perspective. Here's an idea. All right. So I truly believe in order to plan properly, we gotta play the tape forward. We gotta look for a little crystal ball, if you will, right? And you want to look forward and say, okay, what does that reality look like? What does that look like down there where when I die, what is the buffet of death that's going to hit my family? What's on the buffet? What is it? It's not just one thing. It's not just a funeral. It's not just let me pay off the house. It's not just debt. It's not just legacy. It's just not estate. No. There's a laundry list of things that can happen, and it may be different per individual, but it's not one particular thing. It is a slew of things. So, for instance, if we look at that buffet, we already know what's down there. We got to look at the first week when you pass away, there's going to be someone with their hand out looking to get a check from you, and not you because you're gone, your family, right? Looking to get a check from your family to pay for what? Funeral, cremation, whatever end-of-life services that you want to have. There's someone that needs some money to do that, and they're not trying to wait, all right? So they want that money soon, like this week, if not tomorrow, okay? So that money needs to be there. So that is final expense insurance, okay? My favorite company is Lincoln Heritage. That's my personal flow, all right? And there's a lot of other things out there, and that's cool, but when it comes to final expense, I put my family in that. So in Lincoln, so you get a Lincoln policy or final expense policy of your choice. You are straight when it comes to that part of the buffet. Okay. Well, if regarding your life, what else is there? Oh, well, you know what? We still have a mortgage. We got $165,000 left on the mortgage. If something happened to me, my wife, my boo, she's going to be up a creek. We got to figure that out. Okay. So we want to address that. Maybe there's a different type of policy that can handle the mortgage. Okay. And it could be a term policy. It could be a whole life policy. It all depends on, the advice you get from your agent and what your needs are, budget and all that stuff. Okay. Then you look at, oh, well, you know what? I would love for her to replace my income because when I pass, I want to make sure that she maintains the same standard of living. So I want to make sure she has a paycheck, right, when I die. So, okay, that's another item. Okay, so that's another thing we got to look at is how does my wife move on or live on? Okay, then, we do have some debt. We got some debt. Okay, so we got to have something for that. All right, and then I want to make sure that she's got a little nest egg too. So we got to take care of that. And then we haven't even gotten to the kids and the legacy part. That's next. So you see, we're like 6 items down, 5-6 items down on this buffet. What I've seen also often is people will get one or two things or one and say, I'm straight. I've got insurance. I'm fine. We good. Mr. Mondo, I don't need nothing. I've got one of these things. I've got something for the mortgage. I've got legacy money. I've got funeral. Okay, that is awesome. I'm so glad. Mr. Johnson, I'm so glad you took care of it. That's great. Okay, now based upon your need and your budget has to match, we got to find something that can cover some of these other death items on the buffet over here. Okay, that are going to come past your life. Some things that your family's going to have to deal with. So if we can knock those bad boys out, man, congrats. You already took care of the funeral and you took care of the house. Awesome. What about the income? Because what from last we talked that you're the breadwinner. So your wife has to live. What are we going to do about that? We got to address that, right? Cool. Let's address it. All right. Next, what about the kids? Legacy. I know you want to leave something for them. Maybe, help them pay off some debts and leave extra money for the grandkids. Maybe, maybe private school, maybe paying off your kids, whatever. I don't know. There's that. Oh, then you say, oh man, you know what? I want to make sure my wife, not only she has a paycheck, but, have some savings, like a little nest egg, So, okay, cool. We have that. So I say acknowledge all those things for you. If you're listening as a consumer, acknowledge those things. Don't be scared of it. That's the thing. A lot of people are afraid to peek around that corner and look at what does my family's life look like when I die or if I die before them. What does that look like? Man, it's a hard thing to do. I'm not saying it's easy because no one wants to sit around and think about that. But if we're going to do right by our family, if we're going to take care of the people who are counting on us to make great decisions, doggone it, we got to do it. Peek around the doggone corner and look at it. Look at it, guys. And say, okay, and I'm saying we dwell on it. I'm not saying we got to think about it every day. I'm saying look around the corner and say, okay, my wife, my husband is going to deal with this. All right, we don't have that. Okay, we don't have that, whatever. Okay, but we do have these three. We have to address that. Now, those needs that you have, of course, we have to figure out within your budget, can that be met? Can I be taken care of? Okay, cool. You could do 2 out of 3. That's better than 0 for 3. Okay, we're going to do 2 out of 3, and let's figure out a possible plan or contingency, if you will, or whatever, for number 3 over here, the thing your family's going to deal with, if we can. If not, we'll let them know, but the number 1 and 2 is taken care of. That kind of detail and really acknowledging the truth of what's going to happen is going to help you make decisions today to set up your family for later. What we do not want to do is what I've seen so much is, yeah, I'm getting older. I need to go and give me some insurance. Okay, great. My question is, for what? Right? Well, to make sure they got a little something. Awesome. Question. For what? Well, I got to take care of the funeral. Oh, that's okay. Great, David. Now we're getting somewhere. Awesome. Okay. Then you start asking more questions about the buffet. As an agent, as a consumer, please together look at the death buffet and address all those things and cover as many things as you can financially, right? That's what we need to do. It's like I said, it's just, yeah, I got some insurance. Well, where'd you get it? I got it from my bank. How much is it? Don't know. I think it's $50,000. Well, first of all, let me say this: if I got a policy or something or whatever going on for $50,000, $100,000, I know who is with, how much it is, when I got it, and when it goes away, if it does. I don't know how people do that, but anyway. So my point is make sure that we're planning. If you can plan properly, look down the road, and address it, versus just saying, all right, cool. I got some insurance. I got my funeral taken care of. I am straight. And you just keep living life. Okay. Well, that's part of it. And that's awesome that you did it. Right? It is. Now, sometimes there's other situations though. Right, to be fair, sometimes the other stuff on the buffet, maybe you don't have the money to do it, or maybe you can't qualify health-wise. So there's just 2 things. I understand that you may not be able to get covered on a bigger policy because of age. Maybe you can't afford it or whatever. Maybe you waited too long and you're up in age or whatever. That's a whole nother podcast, kicking the can down the road. But my point is, as a suggestion, is to play the tape forward, look at everything that your family's going to deal with, and address it accordingly. Okay, I need something for the funeral, that. I need something for the house. Okay, cool. That could be a couple different ideas. I'm not saying what type of policy. I'm just saying we want to address it with a solution. Okay, legacy. I want to address that with a solution. Okay, maybe we got some whatever to deal. I want my wife to have some money left over, or income, or money from the grandkids, or my daughter, her student loans. I want to take care of that, or blah blah blah. Whatever. As much as you can take care of it. Identify it. To come back and say, okay, we got to do this, 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 and this. Perfect. Or whatever you can do. I can do this and this. That way, there's some organization to the plan of insurance. Like, you just don't go, you say, yeah, I got some car insurance. Who's it with? I don't know. I got some, no. Yeah, I'm straight. Nobody does that. Well, I got health insurance. Who with? I don't know. I just got it. And so we don't do that with other insurance. That's what's funny. Like, we don't do that with health insurance. We don't do it with car insurance. You don't even do it with with phone insurance, if we're being honest. So we want to make sure that if you're like really about your, crossing your T's and dotting your I's with your cell phone insurance and with your car insurance and with your whatever else insurance, take that same approach if you're a good steward of that and find out what's going to happen. Because here's the thing, if I'm calling it what it is, and then we'll be done. I think a lot of people, unfortunately, don't do that. Two reasons. Number one is because it's scary. No one wants to think about that. I understand. The second part is because I think, honestly, some people just honestly don't know to do it. And I'll give you the third one. This might poke some nerves. The third one is, I'll say it. Some people just don't care because it doesn't benefit them personally. I'm gone. They can deal with that. I ain't got nothing to deal with that. I'm gone. I gave them this funeral experience. They can figure out the rest. That's sad if that's the case. I've seen that as well. But I don't think that's you. I think it's maybe you just don't know, right? And that's okay. But now you do. So talk to an advisor. Talk to a life insurance agent that knows what they're doing, that can help you identify those things on that buffet and reverse engineer. Bring it back and say, these are the problems we need to fix today. And based upon your financial situation and what you can do the best you can do. All right? That's it for today. Love y'all. Hey, we got more realness coming, and look forward to seeing you on the next one. Y'all be easy. See you. Bye.